All right, 1 o'clock now here at the KFYR Plus News Desk. And January is National Blood Donor Month, honoring the 600,000 Vitalant donors whose generosity serves and saves lives every day. Every donation matters in helping multiple patients. And this month, Vitalant urges all eligible donors to give and start the year with a life saving act. Joining me now is Tori Robbins, Communications Manager with Vitalant. Happy New Year, Tori.
Happy New Year, Jay. It's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you as well. I hope the holidays were good for you.
Yes, yeah, very relaxed. So that was nice. Can't ask for much more.
Fantastic. Well, it's a good thing we bring up the holidays because that is a time where I think the blood donations probably slow down. And that is, I'm guessing, why January is designated as National Blood Donor Month.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it in December and even back into November, where we see about a 25% decrease in donors coming in from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And fortunately, we didn't see as much of a decrease this year as we have in years past. So thank you so much to everybody who made it a priority to come out and donate throughout the holiday season and keep that blood supply strong. But also to keep it strong, we need those donors to keep coming in. And you're right, Jay. It is National Blood Donor Month to remind people that we need that bump in the blood supply after the holidays, but also to encourage them to resolve to donate blood all year long. We've
Mhm.
mentioned it before with blood donation. There's two different types that you can do, and one of them breaks down to 6 times a year, and the other donation breaks down to 3 times a year. So when you really start to think about 12 months, 365 days, all the measurements we could go into, I think we can all find 6 or 3 times a year to set an hour aside and help save lives.
Yeah, let's talk about, Tori, some of the most common reasons people, I guess, hesitate to make that donation, and how do you address those concerns?
Well, oddly enough, the number one reason that we hear from donors when they come in is their first time donating, and we say, "Why have you never donated blood before?" The most common answer we hear is, "Nobody ever asked me." So, encouraging regular donors to ask a friend, bring them along with you, do the buddy system. Tell your Vitalant people, "Hey, me and my friend are donating together." Chances we can get you sit next to each other are pretty good as well. So, double
Mhm.
that. We said 600,000 people donate with Vitalant throughout the year. We would love to see that grow every single year. So help us by bringing a friend along and encouraging them to make it a habit to donate blood as well. Of course, we do hear people talking about that they're scared of needles, and we totally understand that as well. But I encourage those people to give it a shot. We can make sure you don't look when it's time for that little poke, or we can distract you throughout the process. You can bring your phone. We have donors who are scared and they watch a movie on their phone or they play a game to distract themselves. I know it's hard to do when you're scared of needles, but it makes such a huge impact to that patient who receives your blood, and it quite literally saves their life. So we encourage everybody to give it a shot.
And let's tell the viewers, Tori, how many patients one blood donation can help out.
Yeah, we can split up the blood products, and one donation can help up to 3 people, which is amazing to have that impact, not only just on one person, but the possibility of expanding that to up to 3 people. But we've also discussed before how most blood transfusions are usually multiple units. So sometimes we do see the community effect where we need a community
Mhm.
to donate to help save a couple of lives. We've even heard stories of traumatic incidents where donors have used 20 and 30 units of blood. And so making sure those units are always there, the best way to do that is donating every single time you're eligible.
Yeah. Okay, so type O blood. That is critical for emergencies, and obviously you need all the blood that you can get. But why is type O especially so critical?
So O positive and O negative are the most transfused blood types. O negative is that universal donor. And so given in those situations where there's not time to blood type that patient, make sure that they are, getting healthy, getting to where they need to be, and then maybe blood type them and get them to that specific type that they need. O positive is the most common blood type. 38% of the population is O positive. So once again, need a lot of O positive for all those donors out there, but should be pretty easy to find those donors as well. So if you don't know your blood type, you can donate blood. You can come in, and if you opt into our rewards program and set up your online account, within about 7 to 10 business days, your blood type will show up in that and you'll know what it is. Chances are you're probably O positive, like I said, most common blood type, but we are accepting all blood types throughout now and have been for a while to make sure we have everything we need for our hospitals and our patients. But yeah, if you learn you're O positive, O negative, make sure you're donating every single time you're possible because it does get used quite frequently.
Cancer has touched many of our lives. Can you explain the role of what platelets and why they're so vital for cancer patients?
Yeah, we see about 25% of our platelet supply go to cancer patients throughout the process of their treatment. Chemotherapy and things like that will destroy their platelet count. So cancer patients receive regular platelet donations throughout their treatment sometimes. Also, if they're in a surgery and we need platelets to stop bleeding or blood to replenish their red blood cells, you'll see that as well. But the majority of it goes along with that replenishing their platelets after treatment and throughout their treatment. Platelets are kind of special in the fact that they can be donated every 2 weeks. Your body produces them very quickly, replaces them. And so we see our platelet donors coming in on a regular basis. Of course, that's more frequent throughout the year. So a little more than 6 times a year if you're donating every 2 weeks, but very important to do that also because platelets have a short shelf life. They have to be transfused within 7 days of being drawn. So we do see our regular platelet donors. We see them often. We're very appreciative for them, but also always, as with other blood donations, looking to add more donors to those numbers to ensure that we have those platelets constantly.
Tori, we've made it through the holidays, and some years the numbers kind of go down, but that's not only time during the winter that some of the donations go down because you've got winter weather challenges, don't you?
Yeah, I know. And I always hate to talk about this one, Jay, because I feel like I'm jinxing us
Yeah.
and maybe bringing on a storm. But yes, unfortunately, in our area in the Dakotas, we see some pretty gnarly weather sometimes. And so we'll always want our donors and our staff to be safe in those conditions. So winter weather will get us into a situation where maybe the donors can't make it to us, or we do our mobile blood drives all throughout North Dakota. We have our centers where you can go to a fixed site location and donate, but we also bring the blood drive to communities all across North Dakota and even into South Dakota. So there's times we can't get to where we need to because of the weather. So in a situation like this where we're, knock on wood, seeing some cold
Yeah.
temperatures, but not winter storm warnings, making sure to get out and donate during those times. And then unfortunately, when we do get in those situations where it's just not safe to be out and about, we'll look to other regions, whether that be a Montana, Wyoming, even a Texas, to step up and do more donations, help us out if we're closed down in this area. So keeping weather in the forefront of our mind, it does also affect the winter blood supply for sure. As well as maybe I'm stealing your thunder on this next question, Jay, but cold and flu season, that gets us
Hmm.
as well. The
It
first
really
question we
does.
ask you when you come in to donate is, are you feeling well and healthy? If you're not, we don't want you to donate for your safety as well. And so when we see our regular donors combating that cold and or flu or any other sickness that comes up about this time, looking for other donors, new donors, healthy donors to come in and donate and take their place.
I want to touch on something that you mentioned just moments ago. It's very important. You and I both, you're South Dakota, we're North Dakota, obviously, and we've got a lot of rural communities. How important are the rural blood drives that you have for Vitalant?
Well, I always tend to give a little extra shout out to our rural communities, as I came from a very small town in Wyoming, but we see great support throughout all of our different states. And like you said, North Dakota, South Dakota, right here in the heart of where we are and what we're doing. They are stepping up every 8 weeks, every 16 weeks, and running blood drives and getting the whole community to come in. Often we have what we call blood drive coordinators, a person or two or three in those communities that are not only helping us secure a location to run the blood drive, but calling on those donors, getting those donors scheduled, making sure they're reminding the donors of their appointment time, checking them in when they come to the blood drive. But the thing I love about the small community blood drives is it's more of a get together than sometimes it seems than a blood drive. A lot of visiting, a lot of fun foods and atmosphere. And so it's really a great time. Our staff love going out and interacting with the communities. So, if you're thinking, man, I don't know if Vitalant comes to my area, you can definitely visit vitalant.org. Click on that Learn More. There's a blood drive coordinator tab, and you can put in your information to help out in your community. Always looking, once again, for more community support because, Jay, I think I've said it before. I can call you and I can call you, but if your neighbor calls you, you tend to say yes a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the great thing is that sometimes you get an inter-office, challenge going. You've got you challenge the boss, and you got a couple coworkers like, let's just all go down together, or whatever it might be, to donate blood.
Yeah, I mean, once again, going back to that, nobody ever asked you. The first time I ever donated blood, I was in college, and a classmate of mine walked in and said, "Hey, come on, we're all going next door to donate blood," and the rest is history. So it really is that simple little ask, just motivating people. Your community members, your friends and family. However, you need to ask or maybe tell them that they're donating blood and help us grow that donor base. I have two boys, and one of them said to me when he was about 14, I don't really think I'm going to donate blood. And I said, "Oh, you think you have a choice?" So maybe not be that strong with with your ask. But of course, I knew my son would laugh. I knew he would think it was funny.
Yeah.
And of course, have two blood donors, regular blood donors now. But yeah, it's that personal connection and that personal touch that helps us grow our donor base and get more people through the doors. And we've talked about the different types of donations that you can do, whether it be at our mobile blood drives or our center. And I always like to say, don't worry about it. Just get your person and get yourself to the door. We'll handle the rest after that.
Okay, well, let's tell the folks how, if someone wants to find out if they're eligible to make an appointment to donate, because there are some parameters, as you mentioned, if you've got the flu, if you're feeling a little down, maybe not this time, but there are some also, myths that you'd like to clear up as well for those that would like to make a donation.
Yeah, I mean, those real standard, easy ones are you have to be 16 years old or older to donate. There are height and weight requirements from 16 to 22 years old. You can find those on our website in the frequently asked questions. And can't donate if you're pregnant, like we talked about. Can't donate if you are feeling sick or not so well. But after that, it's pretty few and far between what really takes you out of donating blood. Getting a tattoo does not necessarily take you out of donating blood, especially in a state-regulated shop. There are states where you can get, and North Dakota is one of them, where you can get a tattoo right now and you can donate an hour later because it's regulated and it's fine. We do see cancer patients, high blood pressure, diabetics, all asking us those same things like, "Oh, I had cancer a couple of years ago," or "I'm on this medicine." You can double check that once again at vitalant.org in our frequently asked questions. Or if you'd like to talk to somebody and run through a few things, you can always call 877-25-VITAL and ask any question. A lot of things did change throughout the pandemic. The FDA looked at a lot of the rules that they have and they reevaluated some of them. And so even some deferrals that we had that were a year are now only 3 months. And so end of the story is, yes, like you said, Jay, double check, please. Call our number, go to our website, come into a center or a blood drive and say, "Hey, I have some questions about if I can donate or not." The majority of the population is eligible to donate, but unfortunately less than 3% does. So really need to up those numbers to make sure we always have an ample blood supply. And just double check because chances are you are eligible.
Any medications that we have to worry about?
There's a list of medications you can find on our website. They've got really complicated names, Jay. So even though I've tried to memorize them, don't quite get to them yet. But yes, you can. And even it's broken down so you can say, "I'm taking it for this," or "I'm taking it for that." Because sometimes it's more the condition that the medication is for than the actual medication. I do believe, don't quote me on the exact number, but we're around 15 different medications that are on that list. So not a big list to go through. It is available on vitalant.org for you to check out.
Okay. 26 in 26 giveaway. Check this out, folks. This is crazy. 26 donors are going to receive themselves some gift cards. And Tori, I want you to tell the viewers exactly what they could win.
Well, first of all, we have to back up to that it's 2026, Jay. When
It's
did that
crazy.
happen?
It's crazy.
It is so crazy.
Listen, I remember when it just turned to 2020 and we're all living
I
carefree and
know.
happy. No
Yeah, I
coronavirus,
think
no
that was 3
nothing.
or 4 days ago.
Feels like it.
Exactly. But we are celebrating that it's 2026, always looking to thank our donors and reward them for coming in and helping us out. And so, like you said, 26 gift cards are going to be given away this month to celebrate it being 2026. And those gift cards are worth $500 each. So you can redeem them online if you win for different options. There's plenty of things for you to choose from. So you're making sure you get exactly what you want and what speaks to you. And as always, all you have to do is be opted into our rewards program. You can do that in our app. You can do that when you log into your account online, or when you come in to donate blood. If you're not sure how to get it all accomplished, just ask your phlebotomist in the interview booth if they can help you out. Make sure that you are opted into our rewards program. And my favorite part is that it's automatic. So every time you donate blood and you get automatically entered into whatever thank yous we have going on, there's no filling out any extra paperwork or clicking an extra link to make sure you're in it. If you're opted into our rewards program, you're getting points every single time you donate blood that you can accrue and cash in for different gift cards, Vitalant swag, things like that. But more importantly, always entered into the big thank yous we have going on each month.
All right. And finally, what message would you like to share with those watching who have never donated before?
Just before this interview, Jay, I got done talking to a recipient. It's National Blood Donor Month, and so she wanted to record a video and thank donors that'll be coming out on our social media in the next few weeks. And what she just said was, you gave me a second chance at life. And she said, for all the patients that you've given extra time to, thank you so much. We don't know how to thank the stranger that saved our life, but I'm here because of you. So I think that speaks volumes for it.
Fantastic. Tori Robbins, Communication Manager with Vitalant. Thank you so much for the visit, and I will see you next Wednesday.
I know, in person, I get to see you. I'm so excited, Jay, and thank you guys so much, always, for the support. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Look forward to our visit Wednesday, and then, of course, we'll get together right here on KFYR Plus coming up next month, my birthday month, and I think it'll probably fall on my birthday, maybe.
Oh, nice.
So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Tori.
Thanks, Jay.
Bye-bye. 17 now after. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here to KFYR Plus.